Yeah, anyway. Hey, what's going on, tribe? It's Red again, just hitting you guys up with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So again, as I don't know, is that better? No, I don't know. No, I do not know actually. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to get my thing set up. Yeah, just gonna keep it like that. Oh, actually, no. Yeah. But improvise, adapt and overcome, adapt and overcome. Yeah, sorry again, I'm just getting set up. I literally just woke up and just getting my things together. So I thought, I was meant to do a reading yesterday, but the energy was a bit mad, so I couldn't hit the collective up with a reading. What the hell is that? Man's got, I think that's my daughter's hair, man. Yeah, anyway, welcome to my channel again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So yeah, I'm just gonna hit the collective up with a reading to see what guidance can be given for today, because in the UK we had the full moon eclipse yesterday, and in the US I think the full moon and eclipse is today, and tomorrow I think it's in Australia and that, because we're in different time zones, if that makes sense. So we're all experiencing reality but differently. Yeah, it's a bit mad. So yeah, let me just get set up first. Priorities: need to have a roll up and coffee, but I'm gonna try and multitask, because we try to be as genuine on this channel as possible. And it's like, oh yeah, sometimes I like to present myself a certain way, and then sometimes it's just like, yeah, no, you don't actually have to present yourself a certain way, just do it. So it's like, okay, cool, we're gonna do a morning reading with a morning coffee and cigarette. That's how we're going down, gang. But I hope everyone's taking good care of themselves, because this energy is just mad. It's just mad. So we've got 2 decks to work. No, I've got 3, but I'm gonna. Yeah, I've got 3 decks, but I don't know which ones I'm gonna be using. Set the mood. 222 on the clock. 222 is one of my angel numbers. I see it everywhere. I swear down. Oh, and for you guys that are interested, I made a new track, man. That's on my channel. I released it last night. So if you guys are interested in music and want to take me in, hit the video up, man, and like, share, and subscribe and all that for the real ones there. You know what I'm saying? I'm sending you guys some blessings though. So I've got a few projects going on at the moment. Right now I'm making copper bracelets, if you can see that. Man's making copper bracelets from scratch. So if you guys are interested in your copper, hit me up. Send you guys some blessings as well. Ring the bell to disperse any negative energy. Yeah, as soon as I ring the bell, all the bots just disappear. See, the thing works. Yeah. One second, let me just get sorted. Alright, cool. So first I'm just going to use the Moonology deck, because it's a full moon and eclipse and the energy is just a bit mad. So we just use that to get us started, and then we just take it from there. Don't forget to, if you guys are watching the video and get inspired by the video, can you like the video, because it helps the algorithm. Alright, what guidance have you got for the collective today? Oh yeah, remember it's a general reading, so only take what resonates for you, and it's a timeless reading, so when you come across this video, it's for you. The first card that come out is communication is key. So right now is, I don't know, for me personally, I don't know, I've been 444 on the clock, so you're repeating numbers. So some of you may be seeing a lot of repeating numbers. Communication is key. Communication is key in all relationships, friendships, just the whole thing. Communication is key. So you may be having communication coming up, or being guided to speak your truth, Some of you may be working on the throat chakra. I've been working on the throat chakra a lot in the last few years. Speaking your truth, communication, self-expression. There's different ways of self-expressing, and your throat chakra, communicating, is one of them. Speaking your truth. If something doesn't resonate with you or you disagree with something, you're allowed to speak your truth and have your own opinion. Being Caribbean, the elders, if you have an opinion or dislike something, they see it as a form of disrespect, which is totally wrong. Yeah. So some of you may be having communication issues, or trying to work on communication, either or either, depending on where you're at. 555 on the clock. See what I'm saying? I'm getting all the repeated numbers so far. 222, 444, 555. Yes, man. So yeah, some of you may be working, got some communication thing going on. Some of you may be Geminis. I think the full moon is in Pisces, so emotions going to be running high. Some of you may also be Pisces. But yeah, try to work on your communication. If you have something that you want to communicate, try to communicate it in the best you can. And sometimes it's not, a relationship with communication goes both ways, right? So if you have been reaching out and the other person is not really responsive like that, it might be time for you to take a step back, because a relationship is two ways. It's not just one way, yeah? And this can go for family members and friends and co-workers or whatever. The next card is show the world the real you. So some of you may have been playing it small, and it's now time to kind of take up room. Like you don't need to play it small, and you're entitled. Everybody is entitled to take up space, yeah. But some of us, I don't know, from childhood, you kind of get suppressed and put down, and life be lifing, right? Confirmation burp or whatever people have been saying. I don't know, every time I start channeling, the throat starts going, and then someone was like, oh yeah, it's confirmation, so it's like, whatever. I don't get it. But yeah, you need to show people the real you. Like, I don't know, if you like to wear loud colours, if you like to speak your truth, if you like to do art, graffiti, if you like to do poems, show the people the real you. And what I've been saying, and someone else said it as well, which I find interesting. Someone said the musicians, artists, and people who's doing their creative stuff are the new prophets. We've come to spread the message, and the prophets have been here for the longest time anyway, but people still not getting the message. Bob Marley, John Lennon, Prince. There's been so many prophets that's come back, and people just still not getting the message. Peace, love, and unity. Are we getting it? We're still not getting it, but yeah. Anyway, so you got to show people the real you. It's time to be. This is what I've been doing as well. You want to be able to let out your vulnerable side, you know, because men, yeah, from the last generation, they was taught to men don't cry, men don't show feelings, and and that's why you got a lot of men walking around just cut off. They're only in the head and not connected to the body. And they're not in touch with their feelings and stuff, and that's so damaging. That's why you got a lot of avoidance or alcoholism, because men don't. They're the older generation. They're trying to function as best as they can with the tools that they've been given, and the tools that they've been given is completely wrong. And then that kind of leaked a bit over to my generation, us millennials, and we're trying to work through that. So yeah, show people the real you. Yeah, just be genuine. Don't be trying to wear a mask. Don't stop wearing the mask, should I say? Stop wearing the mask. If you've been wearing a mask, stop wearing a mask. Show people the real you, and the real people that are genuine, they will accept you without the mask. Yeah. If you're feeling that you need to present yourself a certain way or act a certain way to be accepted, then people really ain't for you. And that probably goes out to social media as well. Like people on social media, oh yeah, got to post their best, them living their best life and that. But they're not really living their best life. It's just like, it's image and it's for show. The next card is the answers you need are coming. So right now is a time to be patient. The answers that you need are coming. The universe is working in mysterious ways, and sometimes you need to be patient. You don't need to act on everything. So it's like, oh yeah, you get an idea and you want to start jumping around and doing stuff. You don't need to do that. The answers that you need are coming. So you need to kind of be patient and be open to receive. If you're in the receiving energy, more of your feminine energy, maybe some of you are being guided to lean more into your feminine energy. It's about receiving and coming. Men are the givers of energy and women are the receivers of energy, right? There's a lot of Gemini in these cards as well. There's a lot of Gemini. So some of you may be Geminis. The next card is bring love into this situation. So there's a situation that you need to try and bring love into. Sometimes being loving is taking a step back, is what I've realized. Grand Rising. Yeah, sometimes on the journey, what I've realized is you need to, not most of us, there's a good majority of us that didn't grow up with boundaries and learning how to self-regulate and stuff like that. No, it's a collective reading, unfortunately. You can pay for a private reading if you're interested in a private reading. Yeah, you need to bring love into this situation. Like I said, there was a lot of us that no, it's okay. I might put my details in the drop down menu or whatever. So if you're interested in a reading, you can just send me an email and we can arrange it. But yeah, so, and another thing is that I've realized on my journey is not everyone is going to where you're going, and that includes family members, friends, and stuff like that. Everyone's just on different journeys, right? But what I've realized is people need to meet you in the middle. It's not just one-sided. You chasing after somebody or someone chasing after you. That's not healthy. A relationship is give and take of energy, yeah, not just one-sided. And you shouldn't be chasing after anybody, yeah. The only person you should be chasing after is yourself and the Most High. But yeah, sorry. Try to bring love into this situation. If there's a situation that is bothering you, try to take a step back and try to be loving, because everyone is in different places and everyone's got stuff going on, basically, right? And yeah, everyone's been through shit and everyone's going through shit, right? So you want to try and be as loving as possible. You want to try and love and accept people as they are, as challenging as it is, but that's where the growth is. And sometimes being loving in a situation is taking a step back. You know, you can give someone advice, but if they're not taking the advice and being proactive, it's just basically a waste of energy. So that's probably maybe lessons for them to learn, if that makes sense. And this is what someone told me, and I've been following it. Well, I've been practicing it more. You always want to bring it back to self. No matter what is going on in the world, right? You always want to bring it back to self, yeah? And check in with yourself to see how you're feeling and how you're doing, and how whatever situation that you're in makes you feel, yeah? You are the priority. You want to make sure your cup is filled and then share the overflow. You don't want to be running around chasing everybody else and your cup is empty, right? All right, moving on. The next card is adjustments are required. So in whatever situation you're in, there needs to be adjustments, whether it's on your end or the other person's end, right? And there doesn't need to be, but sometimes you can agree to disagree in situations. Not every situation is just your way or the other person's way, right? It's about finding some middle ground so you can both work on. The adjustments. Some adjustments may be diet. You may need to put more fruit or veg in your diet. I don't know. Some adjustments may be going to the gym or going to a walk, changing your surroundings to try to shift mindset, and adjust. And also, if things ain't working for you, there needs to be adjustment. So I don't know, if you're going to the gym but still eating shit, that needs to be an adjustment. or if you're outside in the heat all day, you need to stay hydrated. There needs to be an adjustment there. You can't be walking around dehydrated and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? So just have a little analysis of your current situation to see where adjustments are required. And the next card is be bold and make the first move. So yeah, you need to be bold and take the first move in this situation. So if there's a situation that's bothering you, or things are just a bit up in the air, I can relate to this. Yeah, you need to kind of make the first move and communicate clearly. And this is another thing on the journey, man. Finding our wants and needs. There's a difference between wants and needs, right? Boundaries, what you will tolerate and won't tolerate. There's a lot to go into this healing and self-love and just the journey in general, right? There's a lot to be taken on, and you need to find out what works for you, yeah, not what works for other people, and trying to please other people. Like, I don't know, I was talking to someone and we was having a religious debate and it was just going on forever and we weren't really getting anywhere, and it's just like, where was I going with that? Yeah, we had to agree to disagree, because we was just coming from different views on things and different experiences, which is cool. But yeah, sometimes you just need to make you're being guided to make the first move, and sometimes making the first move can be scary. You know, some of you may be being guided to, I don't know, this is coming up for the women. If you're interested in someone and like someone, there's nothing wrong with making the first move, yeah. In this era, like, I don't know, yeah, where we're at is just we're in some very strange times, yeah. It's like, not bashing anyone, not hating anyone. I'm not against this masculine versus feminine energies and all that crap. I'm not against that, because man need woman and woman need man. Yeah, that's how we procreate. Yeah, the cycle of life, right? But in society right now, we've got the women that hate the men, and then the men hate the women, and then the women want this traditional relationship. They want the man to chase the woman, but the women are like masculine and go-getters, and men are meant to lead, but the women are leading and being masculine and doing everything on their own, which is cool to be independent and stuff, but it's like, if you're a woman doing everything on your own, you don't really need a man, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. Or you got women that that's what's funny. I was speaking to one girl the other day. No, I think, was it yesterday? No, maybe 2 days ago. And we was talking, and what was she saying? Oh, she was saying, all of her friends, yeah, was like, oh yeah, if your man ain't spending like 3 bills on you every weekend, then he don't love you. And then me and the girl was chatting, and she's seeing someone, and she was like, that's insane. So every weekend you expect him to spend 2 to 3 bills. All right, if he's spending 3 bills every weekend, that's like 9 bills. That's like £1,200 a month. That's a bit mad. Like, to do what? What are we doing here? And what I really liked about the girl, because we were just chatting, she was like, I'm just more about vibes. I'm not really interested about material stuff. And I was like, see, she's going places. All her friends are trying to manipulate her. Oh, your man don't treat you good. He should be spending this and that on you. And it's like, well, no, I'm just here for the vibes, really, like, and the connection. Like, anything else is a bonus. And I was like, she's going places. And she was like, dude, like, spending 2 to 3 bills every weekend is insane. Like, people are only getting like £1,000, 1,500 a month. So where are you getting this idea about spending 2-3 bills every weekend? So that's the mindset that these young girls, because she was a Gen Z, I think she was like 8 years younger than me. She's my sister's generation. So it's like, that's the mentality that this generation's got, and I was like, that's insane. But these times, it's like, all right, cool. You want your man to be spending 3 bills on you every weekend, but what are you bringing to the table though? Like, if you're spending 3 bills on every weekend is insane anyway, but what are you actually bringing to the table for this generation? I'm interested. If you're just bringing yourself and your vagina, then that's not really beneficial, because vagina is everywhere. And most of the like, the internet has got everyone. Oh yeah, like you got some. Actually, no, I'm not going to say that. That's a bit wicked. But yeah, these. Yeah, the expectations is unrealistic. The expectations are unrealistic, and it's like, yeah, all right, cool. What you got to think? What are you bringing to the table? That's what, like, yeah. If you're just bringing yourself, like most of these girls go to the club with nothing and want men to buy them drinks. Why? For what? Because it's expectation. Yeah. But anyway, but yeah. So you need to make the first move in a situation. It may be having an uncomfortable situation, conversation, or taking the first move in something. Like I was saying, man, if you like somebody, make the first move. There's nothing wrong with a woman making the first move, but everyone want this traditional love, but it's not really that. We're not in that era. Don't get me wrong. There's still love out there. Don't get me wrong, but everyone's on Tinder and got this expectation of relationships now, and it's like, it's a mad place that we're in. But there's a certain situation that you need to make the first move in, to make the change, to break the ice. And just have a little evaluation and to see where that change or the movement needs to be. All right. Yeah, changing that. All right. What guidance and insight have we got for the collective? Oh, can you guys please like the video? Because it helps the algorithm. Because some of us was born before the internet, and we've seen the evolution of YouTube, and it is not good. About you can have a like button, but you can't have a dislike button. This generation is mad. If you don't like something, you should be able to speak freely about you don't like something. All this censorship and all this and that is mad. 22 on the clock. The first card that come out is You Are Safe. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones and home. So you are safe, you're guarded and protected. Archangel Michael, some of you may being guided to work with Archangel Michael for protection, and call upon Archangel Michael to cover you in like a bubble of violet to help you stay protected from outside energies, because the energies outside is a bit mad. And you can ask Archangel Michael to cover you with his shield or protect you with his shield. Let's see what else is happening. The next card is Sensitivity. You are extremely sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. So that, like I was saying, because it's a full moon, the energies are running high, right? So you need to be mindful of your energy, going into certain environments. Like me, I don't go into supermarkets right now because the energy is mad, and your aura is about 6 foot, right? So when you're walking into the supermarkets, you're bumping into hundreds of people, your energy is bumping into hundreds of people, and you're absorbing all of that, and then you're leaving the supermarket drained or pissed off. So I don't usually go to supermarkets, and I've been avoiding certain, because my energy is sensitive right now, I've been avoiding certain situations, relationships, being around certain people and stuff. Like, I've just been putting myself first. And it's been doing wonders, man. Yeah, it's been doing wonders. Try putting yourself first and setting boundaries and saying no, and you'll see how you separate the real from the fake. Where we're going, yeah, we're in the ascension and the awakening. And whatever is not genuine is not going to survive in your life. The next card is Victory. That just flew out. That just wanted to fly out, yeah? Victory. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. Everything is falling into place. It's the ego that likes to have control. Oh yeah, I want a relationship. Oh, I want it now. The universe will give it to you when you're ready. 22:42. So something is being mirrored back to you. So there's a lot. See, I'm getting bag of repeating numbers every time I look up on the clock. So yeah, stay tuned, man. Your angels may be trying to send you signs through numbers, so be mindful of that. Yeah, the universe will send you stuff when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So you can send out what you want to the universe, relationship, money, whatever. But when you're ready, that's when the universe will give it to you. It's like, I'll just use this as an example. A lot of people are wanting to get into relationships, right? And they want someone to love them, but they don't even love themselves, right? So what is needed during this time is to get to a place where you feel whole and you don't need anybody else, because then you're a whole and then you're attracting another whole, not a half and then a half and then you get together somewhat whole, but then when things don't work out, you lose yourself, right? If you're a whole person on your own, been doing the work, yeah, you're quite centered in yourself, you'll be attracting someone who's on the same caliber, right? On the same level. They've been doing the work, they're somewhat healed, and then you're going to come together and then flourish, right? Not being half and half. Yeah. And another thing, what you speak, you create, right? So if you're saying I'm healing, that's going to be an ongoing process. If you say I'm healed, I am whole, what you speak, the mind is so easy to program. What you speak, you create. So if you're saying, oh, I can't afford this, I can't afford that, you won't be able to afford it, because you're reinforcing that into your mind that you're in this lack mindset, the lack mindset. So there's going to be a victory in some situation. Just have faith and just take the steps that need to be took. Remember, the journey is not linear. Yeah, the journey can be one step forward, two steps back, up, down, up, down. And everyone's at different places in their journey. And remember to congratulate yourself on all the little small wins. Yeah, like it could be, all right, it don't got to be nothing mad. Even getting out of bed and brushing your teeth in the morning, that's a small win. You know, if you're feeling depressed and you make it out the house to go for a walk, that's a small win. If you made your bed, people think, oh yeah, the win's got to be big, I've got to get a bachelor's degree and all this. Dude, everyone's journey is different and success is different to everybody, right? Some people may want the car, house and this and that, yeah? Me, personally, I just want a little bit of land and to grow my own fruit and veg and maybe have a few chickens and a goat or something, and I'm good. And a little lake or something. Yeah, man's good. I'm alright. Like, I can just be a farmer and just work off my land and be self-sufficient. But confirmation. Yeah, success is different to everyone. So you can't be, and your journey is different to everyone as well. So just because someone else might, I don't know, be very successful in their business and get a lot of money, you can do the same thing, but that might not be your journey. So you're going to have to work twice as hard to get what that person's got when that's their journey, and you may be have to be, your soul may want you to be a musician, but your ego is in the way of that. And then if you're the more out of touch with nature you are, the more out of touch with self you will be, right? And the more out of touch with self you are, the more, yeah, this part there, very well said, very well said. Very well said. Yeah, smart. Where was I going with that? Yeah, the more out of touch with self you are, you're not going to know who you are. Like it says in the Bible, whatever. Know thyself. Yeah. Once you know yourself, you're powerful. You can't be swayed. And this is what a real warrior is. You stand up for what you believe in, not what everyone else is going with. Right? People think, oh, warriors this and that. No, a warrior is just being able to stand in your own power and say, no, I don't agree with that, and be willing to somewhat die for that, because that's not what you agree with, and that goes against your inner compass. So when you're listening to your inner compass and your soul, yeah, you're on the right journey. Well, we're always on the right journey anyway. There's no right or wrong direction. All roads lead home, right? But when you're listening to your soul and following what your soul wants to do, you start seeing doors open and things just flow easily to you. It's because you're on the right path and the right frequency. When you're going against the grain, that's when you're going to start finding more difficulties and a lot of restrictions and a lot of resistance, right? And I'm talking, I only talk about experience, like stuff that I've been through. I'm just sharing it back with you guys, because this is the part of the collective that I'm reading out. So the next card is chakra clearing. Call upon call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. So some of you can call upon Archangel Metatron to help you unblock and clear your chakras. Some of you may need to clear your energy, so sage vibration. Yeah, to clear your energy, so sage, Santo Polo, vibration, there's Florida water, incense. There's so many tools that you need to can clear your energy. Having a salt bath is really good. It really clears your energy because salt is very cleansing. So going and having a swim in the sea is amazing. Will reset your energy field. Some of you may want to look into the chakras and start getting a better understanding of the chakras. I've been saying this for six years now. I would advise everyone where we're going energy wise to get a basic understanding of the chakras. It's going to help you so much on your journey, right? And for us spiritual people, right, we tend to work with more of our higher chakras. Our higher chakras are already online, and we struggle with our earth chakras. So the lower three chakras we tend to struggle with. The lower three chakras, I'm not going to go into it, that's long. But the lower three chakras we tend to struggle with. So staying grounded, sexuality, creativity, and willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. Them are the three areas that we kind of need to work in to be in the 3D realm and be active in the 3D realm. Because on my journey, there was a long period of time where I was just disassociating because this 3D realm is very heavy and dense, and my energy is not very heavy and dense. My energy, I'm a bit like a fairy. My energy is like a fairy. I'm very flowy and bouncing around. Peter Pan is life, yeah. But so I tended to neglect the lower chakras, and when you start neglecting the lower chakras, you're not really participating in life, right? And it's like the yogis in India. They pay more attention to the spiritual journey, and the physical body withers away, where we need to create balance. We need to do the inner work and the spiritual side, and then also pay attention to the spiritual side. It's like a lot of people in the gym, they're getting big in the gym, but they're still lacking the spiritual side. It's about the balance of the inner and outer realms, right? We're God in human form. We are the bridge of realities. So the higher dimensions and the lower dimensions, we've come to bridge the gap, if that makes sense, to kind of lead everyone to the higher, should we say. So yeah, clear your chakras. And for those people that just want a quick, some quick advice or quick help, go outside and stand on grass. Put your bare foot, see my feet are dirty because I went out yesterday. I was out grinding yesterday. Put your feet on grass, hug a tree, spend a lot of time in nature. If you've been up in your head a lot, you need to go and ground. It's very important to go and ground, especially if you're like an air sign. Air is just the mind, right? So your mind, you guys is just mind. So that's why you like guys like technology and just think outside the box and stuff. But you need to learn how to ground it down. 33, 44 on the clock once again. So you need to ground it in. So being in nature, grounding is so important. Standing on Mother Earth. When you stand on Mother Earth, you resonate with the same frequency as her. And we're electrical beings. When you stand on Gaia, she helps neutralize the excess energy that we're holding, because we're getting bombarded with radiation, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. All of that is having an effect on our energy field, and it's going to start making us act a certain way. It's just programming. You can program people with frequencies. It's not hard. It's not hard. MK Ultra and all that. It's true stories. Clear your chakras, go out and ground. The next card is Counselor. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. So some of you are natural born counselors, man. You may be that one friend who always gives good advice, is always there to listen to your friend, and just to be there to support them. And some people, they don't want advice. They just want to offload, which is okay, yeah, but not all the time. It's alright to offload. Oh yeah, I'm going through this, da, da, da. But then there's some people that they come and offload, and it's just a pattern of they just want to offload on you, and it's like no, you got to go take that elsewhere, because there's something. If they keep coming back to you, sometimes they could be vampires and they're trying to suck your energy, because there's like, or not getting their lesson that they're meant to be learning. Because some people, you give them advice and they don't take. They ask you for. Hear this. Some people, be mindful of this. Some people will come and ask you for advice. Oh, what should I do with this, or what should I do with that? You give them the advice, and they'll do the complete opposite, but then come back to you for more advice. They are time wasters, and they're going to be wasting your time, and they're in that cycle of just they're just in that cycle, and it's like you don't want to be in that. So you might have to take a step back and put boundaries in. And because I'm more of a practical person here. Like, if something's not working for me, I'm trying to figure out strategies to make it work. And it's like other people, if they come to me with problems and advice, I'm already thinking of strategies of how to make things work for you. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a helper, well, not a rescuer, but it's like, I'm trying to think of strategies to make your journey easier, right? And then it's like, I didn't fall out with one of my friends, but it's like, I had to tell her some stuff, and sometimes I'm too direct. I need to work on my delivery in it, but I'm not here to be talking about relationship problems and that. If you're not getting it, I can give you advice, and if you're not taking the advice, then I'm not really interested. To be fair, if you're coming back like a week later with the same problem, like, you're wasting my energy here, and I'm not here to be listening to your dramas, unfortunately. So some of you may even want to be actual counsellors. Like, check out doing a counselling course. You don't have to be. Check out a counselling course. You can start very low and then work your way up or whatever, just to get a feel of it. Because we need a lot of counsellors right now. Talk therapy is so important. Just to, like, for men as well. Men don't talk, and you know how many men check out because of what they're going through, and they feel that they can't speak about it. It's very sad. Like, men were brought up, oh, you shouldn't talk, you shouldn't show emotions, you shouldn't cry. Do you know how damaging that is? You are a human being. So where you stood, that's got to go. That energy and that pain and anger and sadness has got to go somewhere. But then society still wants you to show up as a man and be masculine and have all this responsibility. And then you're getting drama from girls talking about, oh, yes, men have to do their responsibilities. If you've got youths and stuff, cool. But men are going through a lot, and I don't think it's being acknowledged. Like, these times, just an example, like, if a woman has a kid, she'll get a house, she'll get money, she'll get taken care of. If a man, a man don't get that. A man don't get that. A single man to get a house is not happening in London anyway. And it's like, this ain't fair. So you want the man to be the provider, to look after a family or whatever, to contribute to society, but you're not even looking after the man. So what is going on here? The women want looking after, but men need looking after as well. Yeah. And just say how it is. Like, it's about balance. Man need woman and woman need man. We need each other, yeah? But society's got this divide, feminism and all this and that, and it's like, no, I'm not about that, innit? That's another divide and conquer thing. If you see the powers that be, yeah, them wicked people out there, it's all about divide and conquer. They keep us bickering with each other while they're doing things, and then after we done bickering, they've got stuff that's already in place. It's like, hold on a minute, what is going on here? While we're fighting over, I don't know, men's rights, women's rights, blah blah blah, they're making it a surveillance state. They're making it a surveillance state, putting new laws in place and stuff. And it's like, hold on, did we even ask for them? The people, and everything is becoming all online and surveillance this, and everyone's being watched, right? But the people that actually need to be watched are the ones that are putting the rules in place. They're the ones that need to be watched. We need to be watching them. Yeah? But we're the ones that are being watched. Oh yeah, you shouldn't drive a car, or you shouldn't go on holiday. These times, them man are using private jets to go to a conference, fam. You have FaceTime and Zoom just like the rest of us. And you're moaning about man going on holiday or using a car while you're using a private jet to go on holiday. So who's the real problem here? Yeah, anyway. Yeah, start getting me on one. But yeah, some of these are natural born counsellors, so you may want to check out a counselling course, and you give good guidance and good reassurance to people. So be mindful to protect your energy, because you'll probably be attracting a lot of people that just want to dump on you, right? or come to you with their problems and then you give them an advice and they're not trying to hear that. So yeah, just be mindful of that. And then the next card is to finish, go outdoors. Yeah. Go outside, get some fresh air and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. So going into nature is like a natural de-stressor. Like if you check my channel, I was walking around barefoot and I had the staff out yesterday. Gandalf the Black is my wizard name. Gandalf the Black. I swear, Dad. Check out the video. It's fucking hilarious. Welcome to Mordor. Frodo, there is a long journey ahead. There's evil afoot. But yeah, when you go into nature, yeah, it relieves stress. So when your man was walking around barefoot, I got home and my feet were black. The mud was mad. But yeah, when you go into nature, what I've been doing recently, I walk barefoot most of the time, like in nature. But what I've started doing is actually taking out my headphones. It doesn't matter whether you're in nature listening to music or just roaming free, right? But if you actually take your headphones out, nature is its own music. You hear the crickets, you hear the wind blowing in the trees. If you're near a lake, you hear the water hitting the rocks, you hear the birds singing. There's stuff going around, and them frequencies that the earth and the animals are giving off is actually very healing. It brings you back into equilibrium, right? So you got to do anything to try connect with Gaia during these times, gang. Yeah, because Gaia is vibrating, yeah, and if you're not matching Gaia's vibration, you're gonna start feeling it. That's why you see a lot of people. I said this, like, I've been doing these videos for a long time now, but it was in 2020 when I started being more active, because the shift is happening, isn't it? And I said like 6 years ago, there's going to be a lot more mental health going on. There's going to be a lot more people checking out, and there's going to be a lot more people losing it and just murdering people and that, just going mad, because the energy's going mad and people can't process what's happening, and there's a lot going on, and the energies, we're evolving from the inside out, basically, yeah. And if you're not doing the healing and trying to work through stuff, you're causing restrictions and blockages, and when the energy is trying to hit that block, it's going to force its way open, and it's not going to be too pleasant, should I say, or it can come out in the wrong ways. So yeah, go outside and ground will help you relieve stress, and it does actually help you get more creative and ideas, because I went 42 on the clock. Like yesterday I went to go and ground, and then when I started coming back, it was like, yeah, I was getting all these ideas for a new tune. So I come home and started writing down another tune or adding to my other tune. And I was like, oh, it really is inspiring when you're in nature, man. Gaia is something else, man. That buff thing. Check Gaia. Guanjial. Alright, so go outside, touch ground. If you can't touch ground, do a bit of gardening at home, man. I don't know, get some more house plants. I don't know. There's other ways to ground, man. And it ain't got to be nothing long. Just go out and for them people that are paranoid, yeah, about going out and hugging trees and standing on grass and stuff like that. Another cheat code is, yeah, just put your hand, just rest on a tree. Like, you can have your phone, just put your hand on a tree and just do what you're doing on your phone, because you're still going to get some of the benefits. But if you're touching the tree with both hands and both feet, with the shoes off, you're going to get the full recharge. Yeah, you're giving to the tree and the tree's going to be given to you. That's why these hippies, yeah, in the 60s were all barefoot hugging trees and all that, because they were onto stuff. They was onto stuff. But people say, oh, them hippies, this and that. No, the hippies were just more in tune and knew what was going on. 444 on the clock once again. And the hippies were just in tune with the planet and what is going on. There's a lot going on collectively. Gaia is doing her thing, the planets are aligning, and we are in the middle, yeah? So we're getting like sandwiched by the energies, and if you're not trying to ground, because the energies are coming in, and we've got to ground the energy in, right? The energy that is coming from the above, and we've got to ground it in. If you're not going to ground it in, it's gonna start not causing problems in the body, but it's gonna, the body is trying to adjust to the new frequencies, and if you're not trying to, I don't know, connect with the source, Gaia, 44 on the clock. If you're not trying to connect with Gaia, you're going to be struggling, because you're not a separate entity from Gaia. You come from Gaia, yeah? And when our time is done, we go back to Gaia. Ashes to ashes, yeah? We go back. So the more disconnected you are from Gaia, the more disconnected from self you are going to be. What's the time? Yeah, that's cool. Still got time. But yeah, if you guys are interested, yeah, I made a new tune that come out yesterday at 9 o'clock. It's called Misfit. Check it out. It's on my page. I just uploaded it. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're feeling the track, man. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're feeling the videos, if it's helping you on your journey. Because I'm only the messenger. I'm just the conduit, man. I'm just here to be of service to the collective. Because we're all in this together. Alright, so the next card is I'm sorry. Defenselessness, wronging past wrong, righting past wrongs, uprooting. So some of you may need to apologize, or some of you are due an apology. Either you need to right some past wrongs, or people need to right some past wrongs with you. If people need to right past wrongs with you, I would be taking a step back and let them come to you. And for me, anyway, that's my thing. If you've got an apology or want to make amends, you got to come to me. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. You've done wrong, but I've got to chase you. That doesn't make no sense really to me anyway. And then when you start changing, people start. That's what I'm saying. When you start growing up and not growing up, yeah, in a way growing up, yeah. And then you start taking responsibility and accountability for yourself, and you start putting boundaries in place and saying no. It's like in certain families, it's like people get allocated roles. Like you're the rescuer, you're the martyr, you're the joker or whatever. And it's like, dude, for me, I didn't sign up for some of them roles, innit? So yeah, I'm changing. That's not going to be my role anymore. And it's like, oh, when you start changing, people don't like that. And it's like, oh. So it's got to make them level up, whether they like it or not. But it's like, yeah, I've got to take a step back because I didn't sign up for some of these roles. But the ego is very smart. Your core beliefs, yeah, that you've been programmed with as a kid, that are not you, yeah, your ego will defend it to the end. Your ego will fight and think it's right when it's like you're wrong, and it's okay to be wrong, right? But the ego will want to fight and defend it, and it's like, yeah, but it's just a program, yeah, something that you was taught in childhood or teenage years as a defense mechanism doesn't necessarily mean that it's right. But yeah, and uprooting, yeah, everything, like I said, it's the awakening. Everything is getting brought to the surface, yeah. Everything is getting uprooted. If it is not genuine, it's not going to survive going forward. And you're seeing it, like friendships, relationships, things are falling apart. Like we're watching the collapse of Rome as we speak, yeah. Babylon is falling, yeah. So things are getting uprooted. That's why you're seeing all this stuff come out on the internet and the TV, like about this things that weren't. Yeah, I ain't gonna go too much into that, but yeah, things are coming to light. That's all I'm saying. And if things ain't genuine, it's not gonna survive. Just to let you know. So things are getting uprooted. Things are getting brought to the surface to be healed and released, not held onto. The next card is karmic relationships. Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. So polarity, there is always two opposites, right? You have the light versus dark, up versus down, black versus white. There's always going to be a polar opposite, right? And relationships, they're basically mirrors. So relationships, whether it's friendships, family, romantic, they're just going to be reflecting back to you certain things. And most of the time, you're going to be triggered, but this is the whole part of the growth. You're going to be triggered and you're meant to grow from the triggers, yeah? The quickest way to learn about yourself and others is actually by being in relationships, right? One of the quickest ways to learn and burn up karma and stuff is by getting into relationships, yeah? Like romantic relationships. Because then you find out who you are, what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate. If you're just going solo in the world, you're not really learning much. Because no one's testing you or no one's helping you grow, if that makes sense. But when you're with a partner, if they're on the right level, they will make you grow. And if they're not, it's okay to be submissive, right? That's fine. But a partner should be helping you grow and challenge you in certain areas, yeah? Not just going with the flow. Oh yeah, he's going to take me out to dinner, so I'm just going to be submissive. Oh, he's got money, so I'm just going to do as he says. Like, you're not helping him grow, and he's not helping you grow, if that makes sense. This is just my observation. Soul growth and conflict. There's going to be a lot of conflict coming up again. because things are getting uprooted, things are coming up to the surface to be healed, cleansed, and released. So there's going to be a lot of conflict in relationships, families, and stuff like that. This is why I've been staying out the way, because outside is mad, right? So yeah, this is why I've been staying out the way, because outside is mad. The energy right now is insane. And what was I going to say? The energy right now is insane. And there's a lot of conflict. There's going to be more conflict, you know. Things, people agreeing to disagree, like religion conflict, should we say. That's going to be going on forever, because they're just in a certain cycle. But some conflict can be resolved, and there doesn't need to be conflict. It's okay to agree to disagree, like I was saying once again. Yeah, so conflict. So yeah, make sure you try to stay out of the way. As long as you're being genuine and speaking your truth, right? That's all you need to do. You don't need to get caught up in the drama and conflict and all this and that. You just need to be genuine and authentic to yourself, nobody else. That's the main thing that matters. So there's going to be a lot of karmic relationships coming to an end. That could be family members, friendships, co-workers, managers. Like you start. We're at a place, right, where we're not we're vibrating at different frequencies than each other, right? Hey, how's it going? We're literally on different, like when I was talking, it was like 6 years ago when I was talking about the split between dimensions, the 3D and 5D. Yeah, it's happened. The split has happened. Yeah, and I've done a video about that. You want to check it out? It's called, I think we're watching the shift in real time or something. It was like a couple of days ago. And it's like, right now, you can be talking to somebody and they're not going to get it. You're on a different frequency to them. So it's like you're speaking a foreign language to them. You will, and another thing is that when I was saying about the vibration and frequency, recently I've been meeting so many strangers and it's like I've known them forever. Like we can have a conversation and we can just cover so much ground. It's like, all right, on one side you got stuff falling apart, and on the other side you got things coming together. So it's like, okay, cool, it's happening in real time. But your vibration is rising, yeah. And people that are staying stuck, they're gonna stay here. But if you're doing the work, you're gonna be elevating, right, ascending. And if you're trying to communicate with them, you're on a different vibration, so they're not gonna get it. And it's like you're speaking a different language. So, and where we're going, it's not about lowering your energy to fit in. You got to raise them up. If they want to, yeah, you want to raise them up. If they want to raise up and change, that's fine. But a lot of people don't want to change, and a lot of people want to stay the same, or in denial, or make excuses. And for those people that are interested in healing and doing a lot of the inner work and trying to do a lot of inner child work and inner teenager work, check out a group that I've been attending. It's a 12-step program. It's called ACA, Adult Children of Dysfunctional Families. What me and one of my fellow travelers discovered is all the problems, addictions, and stuff like that just stems from the family dysfunction. We're using substances, coping mechanisms to try to cope with the family dysfunction, growing up in a dysfunctional household. So you guys may want to check that out. They got online meetings and they also got in-person meetings. I like to meet in person because I like to talk, and then most of them go out for a coffee afterwards. So it's like, okay. So yeah, some of you may want to check that out. And alright, this is the last card that wanted to come out. The last card is your life is a canvas. Yeah, the last card. Art, manifestation, creative accountability. So, like I was saying, gang, recently I've been doing so much inner child work and so much inner teenager work. It is mad. It is mad. Like, I've got a comic on the go. I've done like 3 tracks. What else I've done? I made my staff. I've got a lot of creative flow going on right now, and that's from connecting with my inner child and inner teenager, and I'm checking in to see what they want to do. Like, if you like to, I'll give you an example. My nan as a kid, she used to like taking me to feed the squirrels and the birds, right? So it was only a few years ago. It was like, oh yeah, I like to go feed the squirrels and the birds, but I didn't make the connection. And it's like, oh, my nan used to do this to me when I was a kid, and I like going and feeding the birds and the squirrels. And it's like, so the more you connect with your inner, you start being more happy and living, if that makes sense, because you're healing, but also checking in with your inner teenager and inner child, the inner child work, and you start living more. You live in life more because your inner child is being able to express and get its needs met. And yeah, it's basically about reparenting yourself. We cover this in the ACA, the Adult Children of Dysfunctional Families. We cover this. It's about reprogramming and reparenting yourself, right? Yeah, and it's like the last couple months have been amazing for me personally. There's been stuff that's coming up, but I'm not so much attached to it. But it's just like, yeah, I'm letting my inner child live, and inner teen live. Like, what do you guys want to do today? I'll be checking in with myself. Yeah, what do you guys want to do today? And it's like, I don't know, my inner teenager might want to work on music. So it's like, all right, cool. We can work on music for a few hours. And my inner child may want to work on my comic. And it's like, oh yeah, all right, cool. We'll work on the comic. And then it's like, yeah, I'm checking in to see what they want to do. All right, guys. So what would you like to eat? And I'll check in with my inner child, and I'll check in with the inner teen. You know, and it's about the balance. Oh yeah, we've been eating a bit shit. All right, maybe we should have a bit of fruit and veg. You know, no one's perfect. You know, it's about the balance. But yeah. The more you connect with your inner child and inner teenager, you'll start living more. And for me, I've been doing a lot of solar plexus and sacral chakra work, right? The sacral chakra is where your emotions, creativity, all come from. And a lot of us have a lot of trauma in the sacral chakra. For women, you are the receivers of energy, so it would be a good idea to do some womb healing because you store energy. Right, and men are the givers of energy, so you guys may want to check that out. But art, yeah, you want to express yourself, your creative side in any way that you can. Like, everyone's creative, whether you do poetry, music, lyrics, paint, draw, woodwork, carpentry, anything that just makes you express yourself. Whatever you got going in here, going out is what's needed. And I've been trying to tell everyone, listen, if you're a poet or artist, just share your experience, because there's someone in the 3 billion people that are here that will be able to relate to your story. Yeah, and you may give them hope. You know, it's like I was talking to another girl a couple of days ago. I was like, oh yeah, I showed her my tune or whatever, and then she was like, oh, she did say actually some good stuff. 57 on the clock. I was like, I'm not here to be. I just need to get what is in here out. I'm not trying to be an artist and blow. I don't want to be walking down the street and people coming up to me, can I get a selfie? Because I'll be telling them, move from me, dog. You know what I'm saying? I just need to get whatever's in here out. If you can relate to the music, cool. If you don't, cool. Like, I'm good either way. I just need to get it out and express what I'm going through, right? That's why I promote everyone else to do the same. Whatever you got going in here, get it out. Whether even in journaling what you got going in here out. Or you can voice note it. I don't voice note, but I've heard it's good, like voice noting. Manifestation, yeah, you literally can manifest whatever you want. Whatever you want, you can manifest. You just need to write it down, get clear about what you want, and it will manifest, right? If it's for your highest good, it will come to you with ease. If not, then it won't. And what I've started noticing is rejection is redirection, gang. It really is. Sometimes you can really think, oh yeah, I really wanted that, and then it passes you by, and it's like, right, I actually did dodge a bullet here. And it's like, the Most High has got you covered. The Most High has got you covered. It's just about you trusting and believing that, and being centered enough to accept that. Because what you need, the universe will provide. What you want is a different thing. What you want is on you. The universe will give you everything that you need. Need and want are two different things. But yeah, your life is a canvas. Whatever you want in your life, you can have and create, and it is up to you. What you want in your life, and the only way to find out what you want in your life and will and won't tolerate is by trying different things. Yeah, and I think that's the video done, gang. Yeah, I think that's the video done. We stayed on here an hour, which is cool. I hope you guys benefited from the video or took some stuff away. Hope some of it resonated. But like I said, I'm just the messenger. I'm just here to be of service. So whether you did or didn't, I'm just here to. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the conduit, man. And you got some blessings as well. But yeah. Anyway, gang. Hope you guys have a good full moon, and I'm gonna hit